It's Tony. I hope you're liking the videos I've been posting. I hope everybody's being entertained with some of the stuff I've been putting up. This is going to be my review of AEW's first show and what I thought of NXT last night. Sat down this morning and went back over them, and I was impressed with both shows. I'm not a hater on one or the other. I grew up a wrestling fan. Certain people in the business I don't care for because of the way they do things, but in general, the business is at a point that it's starting that roller coaster ride back up. We got AEW, we've got NXT, we've got SmackDown, we've got Raw, we've got NWA coming back again, we've got MLW, we've got all these different promotions, Ring of Honor, Impact, and all of these promotions are trying to compete with each other. Last night's AEW, there were a few timing issues, a few bad camera pans that producer screwed up on, and got some empty seats that were fill-ins late in the game. A few missteps by some of the wrestlers, but you've got a lot of young talent in AEW that is never been on a worldwide stage like this. But I give AEW 7.5 or an 8 for last night's show for overall. They can do nothing but go up. I mean, the show had a lot of potential. The announcing made sense for the way they were telling the stories. I still don't understand Excalibur, why he wears the mask as an announcer, but I'm sure they will introduce him a little bit more on their behind the scenes stuff that they're doing. As far as NXT, I've worked with some of those guys in NXT when they were on indies and working different promotions. I met a couple of them when I was with the NWA. And NXT, when they created it, I never thought of it as a developmental territory. I thought of it as a third brand that they just had to build. NXT has the potential of being the #1 show in WWE right now, and I hate to say that, but they've got a real chance. I gave NXT about the same rating, about a 7.5, 8.5, but it wasn't because of anything bad, anything good. It was just, there was some of the wrestling that seemed a little too cookie cutter. You've got guys like Matt Riddle, who he has a decent gimmick, being a pothead per se, surfer, whatever you want to call him, but he's got the size and he's got the MMA background. You've got Adam Cole, baby, who is an overall great wrestler. He's come a long way since the time I met him in 2011. And him, Bobby Fish, Roddy, and Kyle O'Reilly, they are some of the next generation. They are what wrestling is going to be all about. You've got a lot of good talent on both sides, but WWE needs to get away from the cookie cutter, making sure everybody does the same kind of moves. Learn to sell a little bit more. Where NXT, that's NXT. AEW, they need to get away from so much flippy lucha stuff and Japanese stuff and get to telling a little bit more about the wrestlers and why we should care about them. Pac, he's already hated. Chris Jericho, one of the greatest heels in the business today. Adam Page is going to be a great young up-and-comer. And honestly, I think the wrestling business, where it is now, is in a great place. We just need to get these wrestlers who have been on the road to understand psychology a little bit more. Not just in-ring psychology, but the psychology of their characters, of who they are. If they're going to be street profits, or they're going to be private party, they need to act more like they're from the street. They don't need to be acting like these club kids that are out there. But my opinion, my thoughts, both promotions done good. I look forward to seeing what they do next. And hope y'all like this video. I'll be posting more later today. I'm going to see Joker here in a little bit. And then I've got another one, a rant that I have to do. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you got any questions, post them in the comments section. If you need anything, my email and my comments and everything are tied into the links or for the website you'll find this on. And I hope to talk to y'all later. Bye.